Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I've been having issues with my modem. I contacted Guild Wars. I contacted my internet provider. Guild Wars said it was nothing on their end. My internet provider ended up telling me that, you know what, we've tried everything on our end. What we're going to do is just send you a brand new modem. So hopefully in the future. Smash, smash. Yeah, I'll try to stop. Never mind, I won't be able to make it. Sorry for the wasting your time, but it's 3:45 a.m. here. Who is that? I don't know if they've started. Okay, perfect. I don't think they've started their first match. Catch Bell, no problem at all. I don't know if they've had their first match. Cloud, are you ready? Is this first match? I'm going to whisper Cloud really quick to ask him if this is first match. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much, guys, for waiting. I really appreciate that. So this way we don't get to lose any action here. And like I said, every 45 minutes to an hour when the server, apparently when the server jumps IP or tries to go to a new route, it gets screwed over. So I'm just changing my modem. Hopefully on Friday it'll be here. So here we go. Let's take a quick look at King Prideful. Is he running? Yeah, he's running a Fire Weaver. I haven't seen a Fire Weaver in my 1v1s in a while now. King of Prideful is sitting back. Let's take a quick look at Rylian's over here. He's running Skirmishing, Wilderness, and Soul Beast. He's got Sword with Dagger, running Axe, and Torch Trapper with Deadshot Amulet. Now they're both kind of waiting. Another little... no problem at all. Now they're both kind of waiting, trying to bait each other out. Rylands is standing on the no port. He can port up to him, and we're having two slow matches on this one. Sorry, didn't mean to mass spam you. I was holding shift, wondering why my bags wouldn't open. No problem at all, Sergeant Gemini. And thanks again for watching, guys. And a little way for me to give back to you is by doing little giveaways at the end. They're not huge or nothing crazy, but it's going to be this Chaos Rifle over here, a Chaos Pistol. Or Chaos Gun. He actually goes in with a big engage here. Now we got some action going. He goes into stealth, gets him in the traps. He's running that big trap, but he's able to clear that really quickly. Now he's coming back in, drops to Swirling Winds. Ooh, he's able to get a little bit of damage on him, kiting really, really well and making him and punishing him as he's running over there. King is trying to keep up with him. Good job by Rylians on this one. Uses the reflexes to back right out. Drops another trap down. He is able to get him. He's got the 7 stack of bleeds. Bleeds isn't too strong. Once you start to get about 14, 15 stacks, that's when it starts to do some heavy damage. The fire, there you go. That's the 17 stacks, and that's where it starts to do a lot of damage. He's able to clear it really, really quickly, but it already did a lot of its work. So now Rylians has got a lot of pressure that he's able to keep on him. He's running pure Condi on this one. He's countering onto the Reaver pretty good. He's waiting for those Twist of Fates. Does he have Twist of Fate? I believe he does. Yeah, there you go. And he baited out those Twist of Fates really well, and he was able to put down that trap once again. Really good bait coming out from Rylians on this one. Heavy cleave, trying to get the down. He ends up getting game 1. Really good job on that one. And thanks again to both participants for waiting and not doing their match. I really do appreciate that, guys. You guys are really awesome. Oh, I have to send Clown, Meatwad, Lightcar. Who was it on that match? I'm trying to give out gold, 5 gold to the those who lose. Who are you? That was Jake. Is Jake still in here? Too many weebs. Is that you, Jake? Too many weebs, clowns. Too many. Damn it! Where did you go, Jake? I have to send you your 5 gold. And Sergeant Gemini, I don't know where you are, but I owe you 5 gold, sir. I'm running these tournaments now like the AT. So it's 5 gold for doing just initially entering, and then you get 10 gold for getting into the quarterfinals, 15 for semis, 20 for second place, and then you get 25 for first place. I'm going to do these type of AT payment structures during the weekdays, and on the weekends I'm going to do that big boy, big payment, first, second, and third are the only ones. Oh, thank you, Sergeant. He said, keep my 5 gold, but I'll just donate it back. Thank you so much, Sergeant. This is why I really appreciate him. He really helps with these tournaments, just giving donations, supporting the stream, entering the tournaments. Big ups to you, and that's why he's a VIP in my channel. I really appreciate it. Ryland's over here mitigating a lot of damage and baiting him into that trap once more. Really impressive performance over here. King's got to be able to get those clears off. That 13 stacks of bleeding is really doing its work. He comes back on for the heavy pressure. Rylands gets that burning damage. He's got to be careful himself. Good counter pressure coming out from King. Big knockback. He goes into the twist of fate, trying to keep that burning on him, and that burning is going to do a lot of damage if he's not careful. As you can see already, King is really starting to take advantage. Good bait into that trap. Twist of Fate's right out of it, but he's still got that poison and that bleeding on top of him. Ryland's got to be very careful. A couple stacks of burning will finish this match. He's got to be able to back up a bit. He does get his heal off. He's creating a little bit of distance, and sometimes just pushing W is all you need to be able to do this. Really good job for the 5 stacks of burning. He's able to clear it, goes into the lightning reflexes, drops the trap once more to create a little bit more of a distance. Rylands is getting really low. King's looking very impressive in this situation, really adjusting to his opponent. And he was able to get the element of surprise at the beginning. His heal is coming back up, so Bear Stance has been procced. You don't see Bear Stance very often at all. He's also got Strength of the Pack, which he just procs, so he's trying to get that big pressure onto him. King's doing a good job of mitigating it. He gets caught in that trap once more, but that 4 stacks of burnings is going to be the end. Really, really good job by King being able to fully adjust to that. And now we're going into another game 3. Okay, Jake, I'm going to send you that mail right now. Compose. Jake, thanks so much, Crisis. I appreciate that info, buddy. You're the best. I'm going to send him 5 gold. Participation. Aw, dang it. I hate when that happens. One sec, guys. I do most of this all by myself, so sometimes it's a little hard to do. 75.26, 5 gold. Participation. Gold. Send that to him. So here we go into game 2. Let's see if he made any changes to his build on this side. I don't believe he has. No, he's still going with Balthazar and Sage. He's got Sword and Focus. Fire, I don't think he's made any major changes up here. If he has, guys, let me know if he has. I don't think he has. Not in my opinion. Oh, nice. I did get him. If ever need help, let me know. I can send the mail and shit so it doesn't stop the commentary. Thank you so much, Crisis. You've been a really big help, bro. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And you're super nice, too, on top of it. The community is really backing us all up. And hey, I got to play a mean druid and still managed to win a game. You did really good in that game, Sergeant Gemini. Oh, bro. I didn't know what to expect from the druid, but that was really good, especially against Clown. You caught him by surprise. And that's what Rylians tried to do to King. He got him by surprise, but now he's got to really be careful here. Those big burning stacks are really going to do its damage. Nice stun coming out from King. He wasn't able to capitalize too much on it. He's got a little bit of Condi on him. Good job by Rylians, just mitigating a lot of that burning, getting him in the entangling roots. He's stuck over there, and he actually ended up getting him to use a Twist of Fate. That could be crucial. He used his last big Twist of Fate. The burning stacks have been cleared really quickly. He's keeping the good pressure on him. That little pet is putting that electrical thing down. I don't know what it is. I'm really new to shoutcasting, guys, so bear with me. He gets him in that trap once again, but he's resustaining really, really well. Rylians has got to really take advantage of that little window of opportunity that he has and try to keep the pressure on top of it. Now he's backing out. They're both kind of low. Ryland's got to be careful. It's just those 3 stacks of burning, 4 stacks of burning. That's going to be deadly over there. He's able to clear it. He goes into stealth to try to get away, but he ends up going down. Really good job by King of Prideful. Let me see who that is. Oh, that's lighter. That's why. Let me send the gold to you, sir. And as I mentioned, guys, I've changed the pay structure for these 1v1 tournaments on the weekends. On the weekdays, they work exactly like ATs now. 5 gold for entering, 10 gold for quarterfinals, 15 gold for semis, 20 gold to second place, 25 gold to first place. And this is just another way for me to try to get a little more people in here and everybody's able to share in the pot. So let's take a quick look at our next match coming up. That was Cloud and Lighter. It was actually a 1-2 series, so that's Lighter that moves forward into the next match. Now we have Donson. This is not Catchball anymore. It's going to be Donson versus Trunks in this one. So we have Donson versus Trunks. So let's go back to the match over here. There's too many weaves. Now it's Donson versus Trunks. And what I'm going to try to do in the future as well is make sure all the participants are in the Twitch chat as well, if they can be in the Twitch chat, just so I don't have to type all the time and I can keep the action going, keep the commentary going, and just try to make it very entertaining for you guys. And once again, guys, thank you so much for coming out and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you like this kind of stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. It's really, I really appreciate it. And Lord Stan, yeah, I think it's a really good idea so far. It's my first test day doing it. Is Johnson still here? He should be inside the spectate. I do have a replacement coming if I do need it. King of Prideful, that's not you. Alt DPS, that's new. That's Corbini. Let me see if Donson's here. I'm going to give him a minute. I really don't want to just go and use my substitute right away. Maybe he got kicked out. Maybe there's something happening. Is it Donson? Yeah, Donson, you're up. Too many weebs, and it's, oh, where's Trunks? Trunks versus Donson. I think Trunks is in here. Yeah, there. This is, I believe it's... If he's not there, I will end up using Meatwad. Okay, so we're going to use Meatwad as our sub. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to Meatwad a sub for Trunks. Did my epic gaming music stop? Here we go, back to the music, guys. Thank you so much for watching once again, guys. I really do appreciate it. So here we go. This is why I like having a bunch of subs waiting in the wind. So it makes it kind of a little faster. I give those guys who haven't been in here a minute or two to enter in, and if they don't enter, then I'd be able to use my sub really quickly. So here we go. Meatwad, he's got Runa, he's running with Strength, Defense, and Spellbreaker. He's a very impressive warrior, always really enjoyable to watch. He's running over here Dagger, Shield, and he also runs, oh, he's not running with Stomp today. He's going with Balance Stance. Usually he switched balance, usually he runs Stomp instead of Balance Stance, but he tries to adjust to his opponent. He's running Runa the Centaur as well with Demolisher Amulet. Very interesting. Let's take a quick look at Too Many Weebs. He's running a Spellbreaker as well, Strength, Discipline, and Spellbreaker. He's running over here Great Sword with Axe and Shield, Strength, and Demolisher. This is more of your classic style Spellbreaker. We're going to be watching Too Many Weebs for this one. This one's going to come down to just baiting your character. There's a lot of stuns, there's a lot of CCs, but at the same time, animations from warriors are very obvious. So they really got to bait them. Nice Pulse Charge coming out from Meatwad. Now Weebs was able to resustain on that quite easily. He was able to get that full counter onto Meatwad. Tries to get the Whirling Wind, but he doesn't be able to get it. Tries to throw the axe, doesn't catch him. And even just a throw axe is really good for the cripple, so he's able to keep up on his opponent. But that was a great counter pressure by Meatwad. Seeing that he was under a big, he was about to get big damage, breaks stun, and then turns the pressure onto Meatwad. Once again, he puts a lot of pressure onto them. And that's one of the things with warriors. The animations are very obvious, so one of the ways to get away with using a lot of your big bursts is by pretending to be CC'd and then breaking out a cooldown. I don't know what's happening here, but they're definitely bouncing pretty high on that one. Perfect move by over there by Weebs, getting that Mage Bane and then using the rush to get away and getting the pull, be able to get some damage down onto him. He tries to, again, he does that great counter. He was trying to go in for the shield bash, but as soon as he noticed it, he broke stun and came in with his own damage. Weebs is in a little bit of trouble here. He doesn't have much in the way of heals. He's running with the Signet, so he's kind of got to create some distance, wait for that healing Signet to do his job. Ooh, Weebs has got him in a nice stun over there. He tries to get the Whirling Wrath. I'm not sure whose Mage Bane that is. I think that's Meatwad's Mage Bane. He tries to Bull's Charge. He's got to use that rapid. Nice 100 blades. Meatwad is able to clear that really quick. He gets that big damage. Ooh, if he stutter stepped a little bit over there, that could have been over. Ooh, there's Too Many Weebs who gets this one. Here we go into game 2. That was really impressive. Meatwad did a great job. He's running a very interesting build. Not super interesting. His rune choice is a little interesting. This looks pretty much pretty similar. This is what he runs through Strength and Defense, running with Spellbreaker. And it's also, he's running with a balance stance, which I don't see too often either. And as I said, Donson is running, or Too Many Weebs is running more of the basic Spellbreaker build that you'll see. This is a best of 3 series, and we're running it, like I said, guys, like the regular ATs. So just for joining, you get 5 gold. If you make it into the quarterfinals, you get 10 gold. Semifinals is 15 gold, and second place is 20. First place is 25. On the weekends, I'll bring it back to the regular pay structure, where it's going to be only the top 3 get gold. So big cash prize for the number 1, big cash prize for number 2, and big cash prize for number 3. So it's usually about 50% for first, 30% for second, and 20% for third. But here, during the weekday, I'm testing it out. We're running it just like the regular ATs. So here comes Too Many Weebs once again, trying to get the advantage of the high ground, but they don't have too much in the way of range. So they're going to have to get close. We've just got a little juked over there. He ended up falling off. Nice whirling wind over there. I believe it's called whirling wind. Yeah, whirlwind. Tries to get the braid trail. The braid trail. He's got to be careful. Tries to get the full counter. Nice damage over there. What did he get him with? I think that was a shield bash, I believe, that Meatwad got him with. Let's watch Meatwad for a little bit on this. And he also runs with Mending. I find Mending really strong on Warriors. I don't know why, but I find it does much better than Signet. It's a 12-second cooldown. The heal is quite massive. It's 6k, and he also gets peak performance, and there's also a Condi clear. It's just really, really strong, I find. Nice Bull's Charge. Goes in for the dagger strikes right after. Tries to whirlwind, the Trailblaze. Really good combo coming out of Meatwad over here. Donson's in a little bit of trouble. He's got to get away. He gets the Mage Bane. He goes right into Rampage. Good job by Too Many Weebs on that one, putting up the shield at the perfect time. And he's recountering with his own Rampage. Good mitigation from Too Many Weebs on that one. Good dodge by Meatwad trying to get away. He puts up his own shield block. Both of them mitigating both Rampages, completely nullifying their elites. Nice stun break coming out from Too Many Weebs. He was in a little trouble there. He almost was facing certain death, but he was able to stun break and try to put some counter pressure. Nice Meatwad over there. He's trying to go for the shield bash, and he ends up getting the full eating the full whirlwind. He gets the big stun on Meatwad. Now they're just kind of chasing each other. Meatwad, Too Many Weebs is trying to create some distance. As I mentioned, that Signet is very, very tough, especially coming from a warrior who does so much damage. So let me send Too Many Weebs his 5 gold. This is just for participating in the first round, guys. That's 5 gold sent to him. And that's going to be Meatwad's moving forward into the next match. So let's take a quick look at what we're having for our next bracket over here, guys. That's Donson, who ends up getting beat. This is not catchable anymore. This is actually Meatwad now, our substitute that came in. So thank you so much for coming in. Next up is going to be Deuce versus Chrome, guys. Deuce versus Chrome. Let me just write that out in map chat. Deuce versus Chrome. Me neither, Crisis. Me neither. He is impressive. He's like, I have no idea how Valor, which is Meatwad, consistently plays this well on a fucking laptop. So here we go. I believe this is King Chrome. Yeah, Asgardian Tex. He's running this Guardian build. He's running Sword with Focus and Longbow. This is a Dragon Hunter. Interesting. I don't see many Dragon Hunters in my tournaments whatsoever. So this is going to be a good one to watch. Mike, do you host 1v1 tournaments on the weekends? Yeah, well, I usually host 1v1s on the 2v2s on the weekends, and usually there's partners that I partner up with, like Winter's Wonder. She's doing a huge, super high-end fashion show on Sunday. I highly suggest you guys come to it. If you want to enter it, you have to whisper her. She's only accepting the highest of highest fashion wars. So usually on the Sunday, I'll do work with one of my supporters or the people who help me. They run their own events, so I'll stream their event. But Saturdays is usually a 2v2 or viewer's choice. So, and all my viewers get to choose what they want to watch on Saturday, and I'll conduct the event. So here we go already. Charmurkle taking some big damage. The Dragon Hunter's actually doing a really good job on this one. Heavy pressure onto Deuce. I don't think he was able to. I don't think he was expecting that. But he is running a meme build. He just wanted to test it out. And as I mentioned, guys, any and all are welcome to join these. Bring whatever build you want. I do. If you look a little bit below my stream, you'll see my actual schedule of what I run. So you'll see here on Mondays it's 1v1, Tuesday is 2v2, Wednesday is 1v1, Thursday is Fashion Wars. Tomorrow is actually, I'm doing my own Fashion Wars. It's a cosplay fashion.
You're watching Mike? I won that. I vengeance and stomped him, Mike.
Did you? Oh my god, I didn't even see that, guys. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, I vengeance and stomped.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah!
Good job. That's actually the guy you hear in stream. That's actually Charmurkle. He ended up vengeancing, and I was an idiot, and I ended up covering the map so you guys couldn't see that. I apologize for that. But that's actually Deuce who takes it, and that's the major thing with I've seen that happen maybe about 8 times in my tournaments, and it's clutch. Some people, their jaws, the enemy, just their jaw drops, and they're like, is that allowed? Is that allowed? Yeah, if he gets the down first and stomps you, then he wins, even despite if he's inside of vengeance. And as I mentioned, tomorrow I'm doing a Fashion Wars, guys. It's a cosplay Fashion Wars. So bring your best cosplay. I'm going to be doing that around 8 or 9 p.m. And then Friday again is going to be, where did I mark it down? But if you look below my stream, you'll be able to see my schedule and a bunch of little things that I'd like to add in so you guys can keep an eye on what I'm doing. As well, there's a Discord, join that, and that's where I post daily my events, so you can keep an eye on that. I highly recommend it, and I really appreciate it if you join the Discord. Hey, thank you so much for that, man. I really appreciate that. Yay! Not Spiz. Thank you for the follow, sir. Charmurkle again taking big damage. Asgardian's got to be careful over here. He's running Berserker, so it's going to be very dangerous, and that's actually Charmurkle that ends up taking it. Sorry, guys, I didn't do a very good job of shoutcasting this one. I was slightly distracted. So let me send him his 5 gold. And that's actually Charmurkle that moves forward. So let's take a look at our bracket one more time over here, guys. That's actually, we're moving into our quarterfinals now. That's actually Deuce who takes it in 2 games, and he actually got a clutch win in that vengeance. I didn't expect that. I wasn't even looking. So now we got Corbini versus Mike, but Mike is actually Joker. So it's Corbini versus Joker. Let's go back to the match here, guys. I do have another sub waiting in the win, but usually when we get into the quarterfinals, everybody is already here. I believe Joker is still here. There's Joker, I believe. Or is that Corbini? That's Corbini. There's Lighter. There's Joker. Okay, so Joker's back in. Let's take a quick look at Corbini over here. Looks like he's running Prot Hollow. No, he's running your Resistance with Marauder. Yeah, it looks like your classic tools Hollow. And we also saw Joker here. That's Atropos when I say Joker. He's running your Corruption, Invocation, and Herald. He's also going with Mace Axe with Sword and Shield. He's got Renegade and Carrion. Oh, shit. Cloud just got his Ghostly Racing Scarf. Good job, buddy. Good job. And you get the Ghostly Racing Scarf by... here, I'll show it for you guys really quick. Can I preview? No, I can't preview it for some reason. Now, this Revenant build I've been seeing a lot lately. It's really starting to take over power of Revenant. Very, very interesting. And it does very well. Nice overcharge shot on that one. And he's controlling the top ground. He gets him. Oof. He tried to go in for that stealth and get the prime light beam, but I think the LOS caught him. Tries to go for the Glinda League. He dodges right through it. Atropos is in a little bit of trouble, but at the same time, Condi is very susceptible, or Hollows are very susceptible to Condi, so he's got to be careful. And that's the dangerous part. Those Torment stacks, he can very sneakily add them up. He goes into that Crystallized Hibernation, and I think he came out of that Crystallized Hibernation a little too quickly. He tries to get that jump shot to create that distance, and that's a great job by Alt. That's very, very smart, using his advantages to his perfect advantage. He was able to get that jump shot, get the net shot, and just cleave from far, staying far away from those condies. Excellent execution by Corbini. That Alt DPS is actually called Corbini. That's his account name. That was excellently executed. Very. Oh god, sometimes my commenting makes me laugh, bro. I'm really new to commentating, guys. I've only been streaming and shoutcasting for about 2 months, but I really appreciate you bearing through it and joining me for this. I really do appreciate it. It makes it more entertaining for me, and it makes it more entertaining for the participants. Who finances all the gold distributed for your tournaments? Smash, it's the community. All the community donates. I make about 100, anywhere between 80 to 120 gold a day, so I use that. But if you look in my mail here, let me delete that. Delete that. Here's a donation, 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 and here's a donation. These are a lot of hard work to put in, and I put in a lot of my effort to make sure that these are run every single day. And you can see by my bag slots, if I show you my bank, like my bank is basic. I don't spend gold on anything, so this is why people trust me with their gold, and they know that I'm going to use it for something good. I don't use gold for anything. All I do is World v World and PvP, and I have everything that I already need. Like I said, I don't get extra bank slots. I don't use any of that cosmetic stuff. It doesn't bother me at all, so they trust me and they donate, and it's all community funded, man. Hold on, I'll explain it again. Here we go, at your post, trying to get that big damage, dropping the big AoE onto Alt DPS, the big jump shot. He goes right into Rampage, beautifully executed, and that's at your post that goes down. I'm going to send him his 10 gold for going into the quarterfinals. And that's Corbini that moves forward into the next match. Let's take a look at this right here really quick, guys. That's Corbini that moves forward into our semifinals in a Game 2 series. Next up, we have Who Are You versus Clown. That's our next match coming up. Who Are You versus Clown. Let me write that out here. Who Are You versus Clown. And like I mentioned, these are all community funded, guys. People say the community's salty, but no, if you bring out that PMA and you're just trying to be positive and you're just trying to bring something to the community, people appreciate it and they will give it right back. You have no idea how much mail I've been getting from guys that say, thank you so much for putting this out. We need more people like you. People sending gold. This is for the tournaments. These are for the tournaments. And like I said, there's a lot of gold. A lot of this is, I get them often every week, but this right here is from one gentleman right here. He's a beast donator. As you can see, it's all good. I got no use for gold anymore, so he's really helping me out. There's a couple, I have like 5 or 6 big donators that really help in a lot of my tournaments, so big ups to all those guys. The excellence of execution deficit. That's very nice of them. Yeah, it's super nice, Smash. Without them, these would not be happening because people like to get gold when they do tournaments. If I do a tournament with no gold, ain't nobody coming. And now, like I said, I did the tournament pay structure a little different before, where it was only for the top 3, but now I've changed it to the AT, and I've been getting a good reception from it. Everybody seems to be liking it, and everybody gets gold just for coming in. And I try to do my tournaments 2 hours before or 2 hours after an AT. So as soon as you finish this making gold, you can jump right into the AT and make some gold again. Guardian is hiding away. And they're all trying to counter Clown. Clown's like, fuck, am I going to have to face this every single time I go into a match? I believe so. He's going to have to face this type of style of fight because they're very scared of him. He's very, very impressive Deadeye. There you go. He gets, oof, big damage coming at him. He's just pegging him. Really good entrance, and he jumps right back out. He gets another big stun on Guardian. Guardian's in big trouble. He gets the Shield of Absorption out. He drops the symbol down onto Cloud. Cloud trying to get some distance. Good job. Oh, he got cucked over there by the LOS from the steps. He's just trying. This is great positioning by Clown on this one. Dropping symbols down on top of him. Guardian's in a little bit of a sticky situation. Let's take a look at his cooldowns. He's got to be really careful. Big cleave coming up from both sides. 21 health. Oof, and he ends up going down. Really good exchange. Clown got some really big damage. Really good engage coming from both sides. And guys, this is one of the reasons why I made my emote say really good job, because I say good job and really good job all the time. So I made one of I'll show you, not Spib, I'll show you his build right now, sir. He's running with a rifle, sword, and pistol. He's running the Rune of the Scholar. He changes around his amulet a few times. And he's running with Marauder. I'll show you his specs as well in one moment. And this is the quarterfinals, guys. So if you lose in the quarterfinals, you automatically get 10 gold, no matter what. I run these like the ATs now. Let's take a look at his build here. Trickery, Deadly Arts, and Deadeye. I'll give a minute over here so you can take a look. I'll drop it down a little lower, because I think it's being covered by that up there. Maybe this will help. There you go. Maybe a little higher. Right over there. Let's try that. Let's take a quick look at Guardian over here. This is another build that did I put Thermite in? Or did I skip Thermite? Oh no. No, he's in there. Okay, good, perfect. Oof. So here we go, and now Guardian's got to be really careful over here. He can't get too complacent. Clown going in again for the big damage. Nice job on the Zealot's defense, mitigating most of that cleave coming from Clown. He's got the Shield of Absorption, big damage. He's got the Litany of Wrath. He tries to get that symbol down. He does have the immob if he needs to use it. Clown doing a really good job of baiting him out into the open. And this is why most people hide, because once he's in the open, Clown's mobility is out of this world. He's able to create that high ground. He's able to draw that opponent in. Guardian's in a little bit of trouble. He's already used his renewed focus. He does have Shield of Wrath. He's in a bad situation over here. Clown moving right back in. He's got that, good job on that Shield Wrath and that Zealot's defense. He goes right back in. Ooh, Clown getting that big down. So that's going to be 10 gold for Guardian over here. Let me send that gold really quick before I get kicked. Perfect, there we go. And keep in mind, guys, my modem is a little messed up, so I might get DC'd again, but don't worry, just wait a minute and refresh the page and it'll come right back. So that's actually Clown that moves forward. Let's take a quick look at our next bracket over here. This is actually Clown that moves into the quarterfinals in a Game 2 series, so we're going to move that forward. Now this is going to be a good one, Thermite versus Lighter. I'm very interested to see who wins in this one. So let's go back to the match and take a look at these two gentlemen. Oh, I gotta write it in map chat over here. Thermite versus a Lighter. And Thermite, good job either way, Crisis. I enjoyed watching that, man, thoroughly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And once again, for all the viewers out there, I really appreciate you guys coming to watch. It makes it more exciting for the opponents or the competitors, because they know they have a crowd watching as well. There's a shoutcaster, so it almost feels like a real esport, or it's entertaining, you know. And then you can also go back. I save every video. I put them into my highlights. And I do an event every single day. If you look below, you'll see all the information, the website that I've created, the Discord, everything is there, guys. So thank you so much for coming. If you like this kind of stuff, click that follow, click that subscribe. So let's take a quick look at Thermite. We were saying he was running the similar build to Guardian, Valor, Honor, and Zeal. He's also got Mace and Shield with Sword and Focus. He's very impressed. This guy is very, very good at this build. Now, King Prideful is trying to keep the pressure on him. He's trying to get that burning, but Guardians have a lot of Condi clear. He's running over here with Smite Conditions. Ooh, save yourself over here, draw conditions. And he's also got Contemplation of Purity. He's also got Litany of Wrath, I believe, which also clears Condi, but I'm not entirely sure. I have to check his spec one more time. Big damage coming out on him, and this is the dangerous part by Thermite. He's able to hide those little, he's able to bait his opponent in, and there you go again, baits his opponent in and drops those symbols down. Those symbols do so much damage. And he's very patient, and that's one of the key things. He's very, very, very patient. It goes a long way. Nice jump dodge over there. He's just going from no port to no port, no port to no port, putting up the swirling winds to mitigate any projectile. He's got to get him to use some of his Virtue of Resolve and his Contemplation of Purity. This one might go to the map mechanic, I believe, as long as King Prideful doesn't get too excited and try to get that big burst, because that's what Thermite's waiting for. He's waiting for him to come in with that big damage, and then he's going to drop all those symbols on top of him. But King's doing a really good job of mitigating those, staying far away, and trying to bait him into it. Thermite's in a little bit of danger here. 9 stacks, 10 stacks of bleeding, or burning. He's still got more burning on him. Thermite's in big trouble. Oof, he almost got that. King Prideful can't get... There you go. That's exactly what Thermite was waiting for. The bait for him to come in and then drop those symbols onto him. Good exchange coming up from both opponents. This is going to be a doozy. Thermite over here is fully resustained. Now he's got to be careful here. 5 seconds left in the map mechanic. He's got to try to heal up as much as he can because after the map mechanic, there was 0 healing. Now the map mechanic has engaged. There's no more healing. Thermite's in a bad... Ooh, King is in a bad spot. The AoEs are already starting to come up. Oh, that's very unfortunate for King Prideful on this one. It was a very close match. He's got a little bit of barrier hanging on by the skin of his teeth. He's trying to get him back. Oh, that was a very good fight. I think it was one of the stronger fights that was put up against Thermite on this one. What, Sigils? Thanks, mate. No problems. For Clown. Ah, fuck, I forgot. But Clown is going to be fighting again. He's in the semifinals, I believe. So we're going to be seeing him again. Yeah, Beetle Duke, that's my new emote. The rip. I got a bunch of them. I think I like this one of the best. This one and this one because it looks like me. I'm going to get some glasses and then put them on. The hype button I like a lot. But yeah, Beetle Duke, that's my new emote. So here we go again into game 2 of this series. That one proved to be very exciting. A lot of back and forth. I think Thermite would have had his number. If he didn't get caught in that map mechanic where he wasn't able to heal up, he actually engaged into that fight with only half health, while Thermite had full health. And as I mentioned, when that map mechanic hits, there's no more healing. So he's stuck at that half health, and he was still able to bring Thermite down to about a quarter health. So I think if they were both at fully topped up, I think King would have got the better of that exchange. But here's his chance at redemption. Here he goes for game 2. Now he already kind of understands what Thermite is running, and he did a good job of mitigating a lot of those symbols, staying out of them. He's got to be careful. He can't get too aggressive on him, especially at the beginning where he still has a lot of Condi Clear available to him. But at the same time, Thermite's not too aggressive, so if he does get to half health like we see here, he's able to resustain. Thermite is not, like I said, he's not an aggressive playstyle. He's more patient, wait for the opponent to come into you for the heavy cleave, and then drop those symbols on top of him. Good shield of absorption, and his timing is spectacular. We're going to watch Prideful for this one. Backs up, creating that distance. Zealots. Now a lot of back and forth, and I think this is going to go to the timer again. He's got to be careful. He's getting really low. He's not able to get any of those burnings down onto Thermite. He's doing a really good job of keeping an eye on those and mitigating them. He's got 4 stacks now. Let's take a look at Thermite's. Yeah, he's still got Contemplation of Purity, and he's waiting on it and holding on to it very well. Now there's 30 seconds left. This is where Thermite's got to be King of Pride. He's got to start thinking about his cooldowns, start thinking about his health. Make sure he doesn't get into the same situation like he did last time. He's got to try to stay topped up, and I think he'll have the advantage. Still really close. He's autoing with those scepters. They do a lot of damage. Each one is critting for 12k, 1.2k. He's trying to get a little bit of burning, and this is exactly where you want. Oh, Thermite doing a good job of topping up, but again, Thermite, King of Prideful, gets caught. Really low health at the map mechanic. Well, it doesn't look good for him on this one. Looks like Thermite might be able to take it, but nice counter pressure. He's able to bring him down, but no, that's King of Prideful that ends up downing. But he is in the quarterfinals, so he gets an automatic 10 gold. Good job by King of Prideful on that one. Let's take another look at who we're fighting next here, guys. So that's Thermite that moved forward into this tournament in that 2-0 series. Our last match in the quarterfinals is going to be Catchball, which was replaced by Meatwad, I believe. Yeah, Meatwad versus Deuce. So it's going to be Meatwad versus Deuce on this one, guys. I believe I went back to the right page. Yeah, I did. Good. So here we go, Meatwad versus Deuce, and they both have entered into the tournament. Good job, thank you guys. I think they're both in Twitch, so if this really helps, or they're watching the brackets, which really, really helps. Thank you so much. And as well, guys, at the end, we're doing a giveaway, and it's just my way of saying thank you for coming out and watching, and giving these guys a little bit more excitement, and as well me with a little bit of excitement. I hope I've done the same for you. So here we go, Dagger, Shield with Great Sword. He's got Leadership with Demolisher Amulet, Strength, Defense, and Spellbreaker. Let's take a quick look at Deuce on the Berserker build over here. Discipline, Defense, and Berserker. He's running with Mace, Shield, Longbow, Crate, and Rabid. Condi Berserker. And I believe what he's trying to do is go for that torch. When you proc that torch, let's take a look over here. Oh, yeah, no, he's not. Very, very interesting. I'm very interested over here. Big damage coming out from Meatwad. He's an incredible warrior. He really knows how to counter, and he's fought 2 warriors already. That's kind of convenient for him. And he is a substitute, so I didn't plan that, guys. Don't think I planned it. Nice big headbutt coming out from Char, trying to get that Condi down onto Meatwad. Good shield block, mitigating a lot of that damage, but at the same time, oof, he tries to create a little bit of different distance. And he's running with Longbow. Good stun by Meatwad, getting the big quickness on the 100 Blades and the Whirling Wind. Oof, that was excellent because that Whirling Wind he was stuck on the wall there, so he got the full damage of that Whirlwind, but Deuce able to resustain very quickly. We've got 45 seconds left in this map mechanic. I wonder if he's going to be able to get him beforehand. Now Meatwad doesn't have too much in the way of Condi clear. Oh, he is running Berserker stance. So he's watching his opponents and he knows how to counter them very well, using and changing slight utilities. And that makes all the difference in the world. That's the difference between top tier players. Using your terrain properly, using the map mechanic properly, adjusting to your opponent slightly. And as I mentioned, you can't change your class and you can't change your 3 specs, but you can change the traits, you can change your utilities, you can change your weapons, your sigils, your runes, your amulets. So there is room for adjustment, but you can't cheese too hard. Deuce is trying to create some distance here. He's got to get that heal off. Goes for the block. As soon as he comes out of the block, he's able to get him. Really good job. Meatwad ends up getting this one. And here we go into game 2, guys. We're not going to be having a game 3 or a best third place match. We're going to be just doing the first and second. And as I mentioned, guys, oh, sorry, I was whispering one of our participants. All the tourneys on the weekdays. Right now, I've been receiving rave reviews. Everybody's really happy. So every weekday tournament is run like AT rewards. So if you just sign up, it's 5 gold. Quarterfinals is 10 gold. Semifinals is 15 gold. Second place is 20, and first place is 25. On the weekends, I'm going to do the big prizes to try to get those big boys to come in and enter. Good job on the Whirling Wind over here. Deuce is just trying to get some damage down with that Longbow. Longbow is a little bit slow, and it's hard to create that distance with Meatwad. He's very, very, very mobile. There's no way to really stop him. Nice Mage Bane pull on that one, getting the big damage, but Deuce countering really well of his own over there. He goes into Rampage. He's got the shield block up. Ooh, perfect timing by Meatwad over there with the rock throw. He's Deuce trying to get his own. I think he did go in Berserk. No, he didn't. That was just a Bull's Charge, I believe. No, he's not running Bull's Charge. I don't know what that was. A rush, maybe? Brackets? Oh, I'll post the brackets for you, buddy. 1 second. Copy. Oh, and that's Deuce that goes down. Sorry, guys. 1 second. I'm just going to send Deuce his... Oh, I didn't go down. I'm sorry about that. Sorry. And then just post the brackets for you guys so you can see who's already competed and who's going to be competing in this one. Charm Miracle just trying to back off a bit, trying to create that distance so he can go into Longbow and get that big damage up. But he's got so much resistance coming out of Meatwad. Not so much, actually, just from the Berserker stance. But he also does got the Mending. So he's got the 3 Condi clears on there. And I believe he's got... No, he doesn't have Brawler's Recovery. He does not trade it into it, and he doesn't have any cleansing. But with this type of warrior, there's not too much Condi cover. He's only got pretty much burning, vulnerability, and poison that he can stack on top of him from what I can see so far. And he really hasn't been able to put too much pressure on him, and Meatwad's been able to really stay in front of him, giving him no quarter. But Deuce is doing a very impressive job so far. I wonder what mace that is. It looks like a dice. I like that mace. Looks like there's going into the map mechanic, and he's in a lot better position in this situation. And that mending, as I mentioned, it's a 12-second cooldown with a 6k heal, almost 7k heal. He goes into that rampage. Deuce is in a little bit of trouble. Gets him with that rock throw. It's just going to be a little too late. He ends up getting him on that one. So Charm Miracle, he does get the 10 gold. And that's Meatwad that moves forward. So let's take a look at our next match coming up here, guys. And we're actually moving into our semifinals now. Catchball is actually Meatwad because he's our substitute. So our next one, ooh, Daniel. Our next match is going to be good. Corbini's been very impressive so far in these tournaments. It's Corbini versus Clown, and Clown is always dominant in these tournaments. So here we go into our first game in the semifinals. This one's going to be a doozy. Good old-fashioned slobber knocker, as I like to say. So it's Corbini versus Clown. And as I mentioned, guys, I switched it over to the AT reward system because there's a lot of people who enjoyed the tournaments, but they didn't like to waste too much time or an hour and a half and not get anything in return. So this way, if you get eliminated right away, you get 5 gold. And if you stay a little longer, you get double the gold. And if you stay even longer, you get triple the amount of gold. So it's another way just to give back to the community. And it's just, I think everybody's been very, very receptive to it. They've all really liked it. So far, so good. I might as well shamelessly promote as well, guys. If you like this type of content, I do an event every single day, 1v1, 2v2, or a Fashion Wars. And in the future, what I'm going to try to do is a PvE dungeon, like a speed dungeon. So it's one person who goes to try to clear the dungeon as quick as possible. And I'm going to try to do a stronghold event. But these are all still in the works. I have nothing finalized yet. These are just something that I'm putting out there and seeing if what kind of reception I get back from the community. So Cloud right away. Now Corbini is trying to keep the pressure onto him. This is a bad spot for him. This is a long path hallway where Clown has a lot of the advantage. He's kind of face tanking, and that's exactly what Clown wants. To create him to come forward to him and just cleave him while he's trying to close that gap. Another impressive performance by Clown on that one. Now we're going. Oh, let me show you the sigils once more. I forgot to show you the sigils. He's running with energy and separation on his rifle, and he's running with savagery and agility on his sword and pistol. But keep in mind, Clown's a top tier player and he adjusts to his opponents. So, and the sigils are one of the main things that you can change very easily without damaging your build too much. He is really annoying to fight. Very difficult to fight, and that's why a lot of the times you'll see people hiding inside the spawn or in a small area. So they force him to come in that small area, and then they just try to cleave as much as they can when they get into that area. No problem at all, Nutspiv. Thank you so much for coming, by the way. I really appreciate it, guys. We're also doing a precursor giveaway. The precursor is going to be this guy right here, Chaos. I think it sells for 60 gold, so you can either use it for the precursor or you can sell it on the trading market. It's just another way for me to give back to you guys for coming, enjoying, and watching the stream. I really do appreciate it, guys, and I'm sure the participants do, having a crowd. So Corbini over here trying to close the gap really quickly. Good job on mitigating that damage. Big pressure coming out. Ooh, big prime light beam coming out onto Clown. He's got to be careful. He's trying to get the shockwave. Just barely escapes, and the shockwave ends up getting him, going into a 1-1 series, a Game 3, first match in the semifinals. This one's going to be good. Whoo, Lord. Corbini really coming back on that one. It's just Spiv. Okay, Spiv, no problem, buddy. Really, really impressive performance coming out from both of them. And that's what he kind of needs to do. As soon as he sees that window of opportunity, he capitalized on it right away. And I believe he even popped. I'm not sure if he used Elixir U to get that Prime Light Beam off so quickly, but I didn't even notice it, and Clown didn't even notice it. And that's what started the whole downward spiral for Clown on that one. But like I said, he's very good at adjusting, so he's got to be Corbini's got to be, when I say Corbini, that's all DPS. He's got to be really, really careful. He's got to be very, very, very attentive. So here we go, game 3, first game in the semifinals, and it's a game 3, guys. This is going to be a juicy one. Clown pacing inside his base and quickly going for the high ground. That's what he needs to do. Now, you see, there he goes. He's trying to bait him into the area, the smaller area, where he can actually try to close him in and keep him contained. But Cloud quickly, he's just trying to bait him to come out, getting him to use a couple of his cooldowns, getting him to use his Corona Burst and his, I don't believe he used Shockwave.